it is the best time of year for football fans. And it is the time where all of a sudden everything is under the microscope and just little differences can switch things from a devastating result to potentially having some confetti falling around you in about a month's time. So today, going to look at the X factors for the postseason in the NFL. Going to go game by game and figure out who holds the keys to success for each one of the games here coming up this weekend. For the players in the NFL, this is why, as Bill Parcells said, they pick heavy things up and put them down. It's why you lift all them weights. To get to this point, it's playoff time in the NFL. So who are the X factors for each game? Like I said, those on the live stream, we're going to be going game by game and breaking each game down with predictions coming up in a little bit. But here are the X factors. We'll start in the AFC. Pittsburgh against Houston. This one's obvious. It's the Houston offensive line. If they can hold up against TJ Watt and company even a little bit, this is an easy win for Houston. Conrad, maybe get you on Game Over soon. Yeah, we'll see how the schedule goes, but absolutely reach out. And every time I can, I would love to. Back on the football. You look at how these teams stack up. Quarterback, obvious advantage for Houston. Running backs, probably in Pittsburgh's favor. Wide receivers, all Houston's favor. Overall team defense, so far on the Houston side of things. It's one of the best defenses in the NFL. The only thing that is keeping this from being, I think, a significant favorite for the Houston Texans is that offensive line. Now, this isn't that great of a defense in Pittsburgh either, but when you're having an offensive line issue and there's a dude with Watt on the back of his jersey on the other side, that's where it gets really scary for prognosticators and everything. So they've been able to figure out how to handle the offensive line issues that they have. If it's able to hold up enough that Stroud can put some points up on the board, especially early in this game, I don't think Pittsburgh gets many points on this defense. So Houston's offensive line holds the keys to success here. But we've seen, if they can't, Pittsburgh has won some very close games in weird ways this season. The longer this stays close, the more it benefits the veteran team of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that offensive line needs to help Houston get off to a quick start. In Jacksonville and Buffalo, the X factor is Travis Etienne. Buffalo's run defense has been very vulnerable this season. If that continues, if Jacksonville can kind of control this game and let that very good defense do its thing, then all of a sudden, you kind of shorten the game. You take away the advantage that Buffalo would have with a Josh Allen at quarterback, and you make them have to put up points against one of the best defenses in the NFL, according to the stats. ETN could be a game changer here. Trevor Lawrence has had a bit of a breakout season. Absolutely. But I don't know if I want to go shot for shot Lawrence with Josh Allen. If ETN can be that game changer, then this is a massive step forward for Jacksonville and probably one that makes them successful coming up on, I think that game's a Saturday one. Either way, when they play, that'll be a big one there. And in the AFC, I think a lot of people would assume it's the Chargers offensive line. I have the Pats offensive line. Like the Chargers O-line, certainly an issue, but the Chargers defense is, I think, better than the Patriots one. So if the Pats offensive line that has had some struggles with injuries and whatnot throughout the season, if that O-line can't hold up, I think they have a much more difficult time against the Chargers defense than the Chargers offensive line does against Mike Vrabel's crew over on New England. So, like, the way that New England wins this is with those big plays down the field, Drake Maye, and being as explosive as he can be. Obviously, his scrambling ability, second to none. His deep ball is fantastic. Well, not second to none. I shouldn't say that. But his scrambling ability is very good. His deep ball is really good. He needs time to get that deep ball off, and it can't just be running for his life and then firing it downfield all the time. This is going to be a real test for this football team that hasn't faced a ton of tests like this season. Moving into the NFC, Carolina taking on the Rams. Carolina's run game, I think, is the key for this one. Bryce Young is not going to win a duel with Matthew Stafford. But if Carolina can get that two-headed monster going of Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard, and to steal the basketball term, kind of dribble the air out of the ball a little bit, then limit the possessions and limit the opportunities that the Rams have to blow this game out. Try to keep it as close as you can for as long as you can and try to steal a game. I think that's the only way Carolina does anything in this spot. Philadelphia against San Francisco, maybe too blanket of a statement, but it's the San Francisco defense. They've really struggled this season. Now, the Eagles' offense has been inconsistent this year. So if San Francisco, with all the injuries they have, can piece together something resembling a relatively competent defense, I think there's a bit of an issue that they could give the Philadelphia Eagles and keep it close enough that Purdy, CMC, Barkley's counterpart, and Kittle and those guys can try to steal one out in Philadelphia. And this one feels, again, we're not going super in depth with it. Chicago against Green Bay, it's Jordan Love. He has been inconsistent this year. He's been inconsistent in playoff games. If he plays his best, Green Bay should win this game. The Packers need Jordan Love to be the best quarterback in this game. Green Bay can offset a lot of things, but if they're losing in the quarterback battle, like if Caleb Williams, who I was a little bit higher on than a lot of people were as the season went on, he certainly still has his flaws, but he has got better as this season has progressed. If Caleb Williams is the best quarterback in this game, the Packers are going home. And we talked about it earlier. There's a lot of pressure, I think, on Jordan Love to have that not happen this season. So he holds the fate in his hands. If he's the best quarterback in this game, I don't see a way Chicago wins it. If he's not, I don't see a way the Packers win this one. Probably oversimplistic, but I think that's the X factor for this game. Who do you think decides these playoff matchups? Let me know in the chat or in the comments section after the fact.